your hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.
Mumbai Indians have got their season going. They have that first win under the belt. Can the run continue as they host an RCB side who so early in the season already find themselves free-falling? On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPNcricinfo Timeout. We're joined by Tom Moody, Mitch McClenaghan and Deep Dasgupta to look ahead to that game. Let's start with RCB. Lots to unpack, but we're focusing on the one RCB batter who returns to a ground which he'll have happy memories with. It's been a tough initiation, Tom, for Cam Green. No set role. How does he figure things out, and how do RCB, perhaps more importantly, figure out what the right role is for him?
Well, it's interesting. You say no set role, but I think they purchased him through the trade with a set role as the number 5 that was going to offer some overs. Not guaranteed of 4 overs, but offer of overs. And there's already been, just in the first 5 games, inconsistency around that role. He's only batted at 5, I think, 3 times. And batted at 3 a couple of times, or maybe the other way around. But anyway, I don't think he knows where he belongs in that setup. And for a young player, regardless of how talented he is, it's confusing and unsettling at a new franchise where you want to, make an impression and show your worth, which he did with Mumbai last year, where he had a bumper season, where he spent most of his time at number 3 and scored, 90+% of his runs there and dominated.
And it is around this point of last season when Mumbai too realised that Green is better suited. You look at the numbers, Green made 452 runs for Mumbai, but 419 of those came in the 10 innings where he batted number 3. So Mitch, you'd be hoping that RCB follow the same template, putting away the MI colours for a bit. But at the same time, that complicates things with what they do with Rajat Patidar.
Yeah, well, they obviously got Cam Green and they wanted to put him into a different role that we saw that was successful for Mumbai last year. And unfortunately, they've had to try and put Cam Green into that number 5 role because the local batters haven't, probably been given enough opportunity and haven't performed as well as they would have liked. So we haven't probably seen enough of Lomraw. He was good last season. He's been relatively good in the couple of outings that we've seen so far this year. Just kind of fallen out of favour in there, which means when the locals aren't going as well, then you fall back on your overseas to perform even more, and so there's more pressure, more external pressure, more internal pressure on Cam Green and Glenn Maxwell and Faf du Plessis to perform, and we're just not seeing those results.
From everything you've seen of RCB so far, what is the ideal batting lineup?
Before I say that, I think someone like Cam Green, we tend to forget, yes, he's an international player, and very talented, but he's a young guy. He's 24. He's still, and especially this format, he's still learning his trade, right? I think Test match comes naturally, obviously 50 overs. I think T20 something is still learning about himself, about his game, and at times it's unfair to expect Cam Green to do the job at 3, at 5, at 4, whenever, just because he's an international player. Let's not forget he's 24, I believe.
Yeah.
He's 24. He is amazing talent, but he's still work in progress, and you've got to kind of help him settle down. And that's where I think Cam Green at 3 makes a lot of sense. At 4, I don't know Maxwell. My only challenge with Maxwell is, as good as he's been in the last 12 months, last 4-5 games, he's just been not even a shadow of Glenn Maxwell. He's just been so far from the Glenn Maxwell we've seen 12 months ago. So maybe get someone like Will Jacks, but does he fit into 4? Or he's like a very top 3 kind of a batter? I guess you guys would know better. But yeah, and get someone like Maipal Lomror, the only left-hander, because Anuj Rawat is not playing. Get a left-hander like Maipal Lomror, who is flexible. You can bat him at 4, 5, 6. If required, he can give you a couple of overs of left-arm spin. That's how I see it, to be honest.
The only problem they've got with RCB and their squad construction is they haven't got an overseas player that specialises in the back 10 overs with the bat. They're all at the front. Yes, you could argue that Maxwell could play that role, but really Maxwell's role just outside of power play is where he's his most dangerous. If you look at his record, his strike rate between 7 and 15, it's second to none. So, you'd have to look at the way they have recruited around, having that finisher like a David Miller or someone of that ilk.
Yeah, and also the challenge for RCB has been those middle overs, isn't it? They're going at shade over 7 runs and over, least number of boundaries. That's where Maxwell was so good last season, getting that boundary, scoring at 9 and over, 8.5. I think because Maxwell's not in form, or doesn't look like anywhere near his A game, maybe shall start looking at other options. With Will Jacks, what are your take? I mean, can he back?
He's really a 1, 2 or 3.
1, 2, 1.
Yeah, he spent 99% of his career as an opener.
That is 99% of RCB batters in most seasons. They tend to thrive batting at 1, 2 and 3. Their hope, though, is they come to Wankhede, which is always high scoring, and up against a bowling attack where, not for the first time in recent seasons, it's Jasprit Bumrah and all the others stacked elsewhere. Look at the economies. I know it's early season, Mitch, and it's a lot of new bowlers getting used to the IPL as well. But Bumrah, 6.1 economy, the others 11.2. That's a lot of weight to carry.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of teams kind of do what you see with teams playing against Rashid Khan. They sit on Jasprit Bumrah. So you can understand that the economy's down because they're not looking to take some risks. They're trying to survive and then look at targeting the other bowlers. So there's more pressure on the other bowlers than there is on Jasprit Bumrah because guys aren't taking as many risks. That being said, I like the way they rolled out their bowlers the last game. I seen Kotsia take the first over. Was a positive step. Then Jasprit come in second over, and I think it all kind of rolled on quite nicely from there. Nabi's a really positive inclusion for Mumbai. He's a wily character in terms of the way he goes about his bowling. He's smart. He's so intelligent. Watch where he bowls, the lines, the deliveries he bowls in the middle. So he just aids a bit of experience in the middle there with his spin option. So what I saw from the Mumbai bowling lineup, outside of obviously Jasprit Bumrah being brilliant again, is starting to trend in the right direction.
They did play Nabi the last time, but it was a day game and against a side stacked with left-handers. Do you see that changing for this game?
It's a good question. I think they'll have to seriously consider it. At the end of the day, it's a real horses for courses, isn't it? But I don't see Mumbai looking to change too many things once they've had a win. They're quite superstitious as a franchise, and I see that maybe playing into tomorrow's game where Nabi might be given that choice because it gives them extremely long depth in their batting, and he also aids with a specialist skill which Mumbai are quite weak in, and that's the spin department.
Yeah. I think they might go in with a left-arm spin with RCB. With Virat, Faf.
Yeah, good point.
LSG did that. Yeah. They bowled out of the first 6, 4 or 5 were bowled by left-arm spin.
Between Siddharth and Kunal Pandya. And Mumbai have their options in Shams Mulani and Kumar Karthikeya.
Yeah. So I won't be surprised if Nabi does not play, get maybe someone else, maybe a Seema Mapaka or someone else, and get an Indian left-arm spin in his place.
All right, let's do predictions quickly. RCB, MI, who are you favouring?
MI.
Yeah, Mumbai.
I need to ask.
Yep.
Mumbai.
All 3 for MI, which will mean yet another defeat for RCB. What do you think? Will RCB find their way back at Wankhede? Be sure to join the build-up to the game on Maruti Suzuki Arena. Presents ESPNcricinfo timeout just before toss time on Thursday evening.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.